Hello friends, today we are going to study hydrodynamic boundary layer. See, hydrodynamic boundary layer is also known as your velocity boundary layer, where this V represents our velocity. Fine. So it is known as HBL, hydrodynamic boundary layer or velocity boundary layer. See students, hydrodynamic boundary layer is very important concept and it is a common topic of your fluid mechanics as well as heat transfer. In this lecture, we are going to study how does formation of hydrodynamic boundary layer takes place. Now consider a flat plate. Let this be a flat plate. And from here we measure direction x. Here we call it as x is equals to 0 and here x is equals to L, where L is the length of this plate. Now this h is known as your leading edge and this edge is known as your trailing edge. Fine. Now see, let a fluid is coming towards this flat plate and the velocity of the fluid be V, and this velocity is known as free stream velocity. This is known as free stream velocity. Now see, when this fluid approaches leading edge of this plate, what will happen? The layer of the fluid adjacent to the solid surface will stick to it. The layer of the fluid adjacent to the solid surface will stick to it, and this is known as your no slip condition. This is known as your no slip condition. And the layer above the static layer will have velocity V. Fine. Now as we are moving from leading edge to trailing edge, see, as we are moving from leading edge to trailing edge, what happens? Viscous forces starts penetrating in the layers above the static layer. See, this layer is static layer. Fine. Now as we are moving from our leading edge to trailing edge, what is happening? The viscous force starts penetrating in the layers above the static layer. So what will happen? See, here again the velocity is 0. This motionless layer will retard the fluid particles above it. So what will happen? The velocity of fluid particles above it, let it be u, it will be less than free stream velocity v, and the velocity of layer above this layer will have free stream velocity v. Now again coming to this point, here again the velocity is 0. This motionless layer will retard the layer above it, so it has got velocity something less than free stream velocity, and in the layer above it the velocity will increase, and finally we achieve our free stream velocity. Now what we do? We take center point here, we take center point here, we take center point here and join it from the tip of the plate. So join it. So this becomes our hydrodynamic boundary layer. Fine. Now see students, we have seen that in hydrodynamic boundary layer there is variation of velocity. See here the velocity is 0 at the solid surface, and here at the hydrodynamic boundary layer the velocity u approaches to free stream velocity v, and this is the free stream velocity. And due to this variation of velocity in y direction we obtain our velocity profile. Now see, velocity profile is nothing but it shows variation of velocity with respect to y direction. Fine, and it has got some slope du by dy, and it is known as velocity gradient. It is known as velocity gradient. Fine. Now see, we take one point. We take one point where y is equals to delta, and delta is nothing but your boundary layer thickness. Delta is nothing but your boundary layer thickness. Fine. And we take another level, y is equals to 0. Y is equals to 0 means at the solid surface. Fine. Now see, plot a velocity gradient here. This is du by dy at y is equals to 0. Fine. And plot one velocity profile here. This is our velocity profile. This is du by dy at y is equals to delta. Fine. Now we see that this velocity gradient du by dy or the slope is maximum at y is equals to 0, and it approaches to 0 at y is equals to delta. So we see that velocity gradients are maximum at the solid surface, and it progressively decreases from maximum to 0 at the boundary layer. So here du by dy is maximum, and here it is minimum, and here it approaches to 0. Fine. Now we have one formula, shear stress is equals to mu du by dy, and this is nothing but your Newton's law of viscosity. This is nothing but your Newton's law of viscosity. This is the shear stresses developed between adjacent layers due to viscosity. Fine. Now we see that here shear stress is directly proportional to du by dy. So we see that here shear stresses are minimum at boundary layer and maximum at the solid surface. Fine. Now see, in previous case we have studied du by dy as a function of y axis. Now here we will study du by dy, which is known as velocity gradient, as a function of x direction. Fine. Now see, we have taken 2 points, point A and point B. We have drawn velocity profile at point A, and we have drawn velocity profile at point B. Now we need to find velocity gradients at y is equals to 0 at point A and velocity gradient at y is equals to 0 at point B. Now this is the slope here and this represents slope here. Fine. Now consider this one. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. This is du by dy, y equals to 0 at point A, and this is du by dy, y equals to 0 at point B. Fine. Now we need to see which slope is more. Now see, here we are seeing variation of velocity u with respect to y direction. Now here we are seeing variation of velocity u with respect to y direction. So we measure slope with respect to y direction. This is the slope for B point and this is the slope for A point. So we see that slope at point A is more than slope at point B. So we see that du by dy is maximum at the leading edge. This is our leading edge, and it is minimum at our trailing edge. And from Newton's law of viscosity we know that shear stresses is directly proportional to velocity gradient. Shear stress is directly proportional to velocity gradient. So see, shear stresses again are maximum at leading edge and minimum at trailing edge. Fine.